Well, hello folks, you join me back in the shed. We are back from Folk in the Field. The auctions have all happened, the festival's over, back to Man Cave original content. We are going to look at what I bought from the last auctions and, the last auctions and rallies and stuff I've been to. I've had a little buy-up. I thought we'd have a look through this stuff, because I know you guys are going to want to know exactly what all this crap is. Back in a minute. Right, Man Cavers, we are back. What did we get? Right, first of all, I'm going to do the lot we had at the Barry Hawkins auction, what I filmed last week. I could not be at the auction because I was at Folk in the Field, but my buddy was there and said, anything you want, let me know, so I put my list in. First of all, the homemade trailer lighting board. Now then, I know this thing weighs a ton because it's made out of solid wood and she's quite a substantial thing, but I love the lights on it and the old reflectors, the old-fashioned reflectors and them lovely little round lights. Do this work? I don't know. At the end of this video, it's got a plug on, an old aluminium plug, look, heavy duty. So I may well chuck this in the back of the van on the end of the video and see if this thing will work. That'll be a bonus if it do. I'm expecting it not to, but they don't take a lot of rewiring. I just liked the little round lights. Right, we'll move this out of the way and we will get on to the next thing. This is all stuff so far from the Barry Hawkins sale. So when you see the stuff, you'll know exactly. Right, here we have, look at that box. Oh, that lighting board. I paid £10 for it, by the way. I won that for a tenner. Here, a string or a wire of sprockets. Now you're like, why do you want all them old sprockets? Do you remember I had to make a sprocket up for the Bonza? And I needed a 17 or 19 tooth, I can't remember, with a large centre. I think, by the look of it, that, I think, is the same size as the cooler. And I believe, if I counted right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's a 15 sprocket. I think there's also a 19 on there as well. Either way, I'm pretty sure the sprocket I need to get rid of that one I made, although that probably works, there's probably a sprocket. If any of you guys need a sprocket, but there's even one on a little shaft with a grease, I didn't even notice that, look. The whole box. You might think I'm crazy. This was £20 again. So, maybe not the cheapest, but I thought it was worth it. Now, the next lot was a job lot. And that come this lot. This lot, I think, was £8. Yeah, I think this lot was £8. And we have a tub of old nuts, bolts with got bolts with castellated nuts on, camber nuts, flat nuts. I'll tell you, the guy who ran that place, he obviously didn't throw anything away. A lot of this stuff was jobbed together and I bought it all for some select bits. We have an idler tensioner there for some description. Homemade, he's made it up for something. A load of wooden V-pulleys. Why you'd want wooden V-pulleys, I don't know. He's even put a metal boss on. I haven't even looked through this stuff. I just see these and said I wouldn't mind these metal pulleys that are in here. I ended up getting this whole, I think it was £8. What's in this tin? Ooh, some springs, look. We'll be back to springs. But we got some little old hollow caster wheels there for some reason. That looked like a pull start off a Villiers. That's a rocker cover off a Mark 15 Villiers. So there's a whole box array of stuff. More pulleys, wooden ones. He's made a pulley here, look, wooden centre, and he's cut and glued an old cam belt round it. Now, isn't that ingenuity? He obviously wanted this for something. What I do not know, but he wanted it for something. There's another one, look, he's made another one. And another one, look. See, he's made wooden pulleys and put cam belts around them. And another one. There's 4 of them. I didn't even notice these. Some more wooden block. He obviously liked making things out of wood. Let's get rid of all the wooden stuff. That's made out of MDF, for goodness sake. I can't imagine them really being a lot of good for anything, but some plastic wheels. I know a lot of this stuff can go in the bin. Oh, here, that's a handy little pulley. That's one where you can take the centre out, leave the centre on the engine, and just swap the pulleys over. This is a really handy item. It's good it's got the centre. Another little V pulley here. That's a nice little one. An old-fashioned caster with no wheel in it. This guy did not throw anything out. Look at these lovely little alloy pulleys. Oh, Pickard, look. Pickard, England. Lovely little selection of alloy pulleys. Little bosses. Some more wooden bits. Another alloy pulley. This is really what I bought it for, the alloy pulleys. Another alloy pulley. Another alloy pulley. 2 more little alloy pulleys. And the rest of these, I don't know. Oh, there's a nice big metal pulley there. There's another tensioner here. Gosh, he's seized up. That can go in the odds and sods bin. There's a belt off, look like an old dynamo. Another metal pulley. Another metal pulley. Another, ooh, that's a nice little metal pulley. Look at that. Oh, isn't that nice? Like a little spoked wheel. Right. Yeah, anyhow, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these wooden pulleys, guys. I mean, they're not really any good, and I feel so guilty about throwing the damn things away because someone has spent a lot of time making these damn things. Am I ever going to use them? I don't know. Oh, this is the problem, right? I get attached to these things. I've not got the heart to throw this lot of wooden pulleys out because he spent hours making these, but I'm never going to use them. Tell you what we'll do. I'm going to put these in a separate box and put them to one side. Let me clear them up and we'll be back. Right, let's put that lot away. Let's move on to the next lot we got. That lot. This lot. Again, this all come as one big job lot. These were all laid out separate and they were lotted up. I'm probably going to get the order wrong that they were in, but I think it was all these loose pieces here. And I think this lot was £12, I do believe. Right, yeah, no, there's more. Hang on. There is more. I've just got to get the other 2 out. There we go. Ah, right, there, yes, that's it. I wanted this lot, so I wanted all them big spaces. We got this lot. This lot, I think, was either £8 or £12. At the Barry Hawkins auction, with my buyer's premium, this whole lot what I bought was 76 quid. The whole lot, the lighting board, all this other stuff, and there is 2 more items to come. And you'll see where a bulk of that was made up. But this lot, I think it was £12, this lot. Something like £8, £12. I don't know, the whole lot anyhow at the auction was 76. We have a whole tub of countersunk. They look like, I don't know, M6 by 25s, I'm guessing. M6 by 25 countersunk Phillips bolts. Am I ever going to want them? No. These, I may well use these big old rag bolts one day for to put engines on trolleys. They're not really long enough, but they might be used for them. Same with this lot. They're heavy. One day you might want some old nuts and bolts. Yeah, they're all free going as well. Look at all these nuts and bolts. Fine thread, coarse thread, UNF, UNC, Whitworth. I think you've got them all there. We're not going to go through tins of bolts. What's in here? This is a mystery to me. Look at that. Look at that. Now, a bunch of shim washers. Look at them. Really thin shim washers, thrust washers, whatever you want to call them, but they are really thin thrust washers, spacers, whatever. That is a really handy lot actually. They could be very handy. But I really wanted this lot because these are big, heavy, thick spacers. This one has been bent around for an application. But there's a lot of thick spacers here, look. Some with holes. You might make pullers out of them, use them as spacers. I mean, these are really, this is actually quite a heavy box. This is really what I wanted. And the rest of the stuff come with it. I mean, look at that one. That's like a wedge shape. What is that been used for? But there you go. We got that lot. This, I like how he's drilled out some pop rivets. And he's kept the little aluminium centres that go over what gets stuck on your drill when you drill a rivet out. See that? That's what they are, guys. These are the centres out of pop rivets. That is how resourceful the gentleman is. He's actually kept all them little centres off pop rivets he's drilled out. I suppose they could be used as a little washer. But there's hundreds and hundreds of rivets have been drilled out. And he's kept all the little washers off. I would love to have met these guys. In fact, I was up Hawkins' office today and I actually spoke to Marcus Hawkins, and he actually knew the guy whose house this was, and he said, Adam, I wish you could have met him. He was one of the, he grew up with not a lot, and he had to make and save everything he had, which is why he made all his own tools and he threw nothing out, including the drillings of pop rivets. But he's kept circlips, whatever this thing is, a curly whirly thing, and a bunch of second-hand circlips, used circlips. A massive pot of washers. Oh, it's two here, look. Oh, I didn't see these ones. We've got a bonus. Look at that. We have a big tub. There's some water got in them damn things, look. That's why you get sitting out in the rain, isn't it? Right, here we have a massive pot. A big old spring, big old washers and spring washers. Now these are extremely handy. Another keep. Another pot of large washers. See, this lot I hadn't even seen. They just come as job lots. Look at that for a handy load of washers. He's even kept a broken key. Yeah, I would have liked to have met this guy. A nice tub of big long bolts. Now these are damned handy. Big old coach bolts. Really nice. There's some good stuff there. And a little tub of springs. Now then, if you ever want a spring, doing, 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 doing. I'm your man if you want a spring. Doing, doing, doing. There's some good stuff out. This one's even on a little alloy thing, look, so you can... really cool. We kept a load of springs. All right, okay. That's this lot. Let's have a look. Oh, you'll laugh at the next lot. Right, let me clear this little lot away, and we'll have another look at some more stuff. Now, if you remember 32.6 seconds ago, we had our little box of springs. There we go. We also have a wooden drawer full of springs. I wanted this lot as well. And I'll tell you for why. I wanted a long spring. In fact, not dissimilar to this one. Take that old tape off, and I think that's the makings of a good spring. As the return spring for my Bonza auto truck, because this is about a foot long. And I'm sure if I dig deep, there's more. I could probably get away with using this one if I had a piece of wire on it. Or this one. I need a kickstart return spring for the Bonza. I was at a stall the other week at a rally, and he had loads and loads of new springs. Little tiddly things like this, yes, you were getting them for £1. Bigger springs, like these, he was like £4. You know, and if you wanted a big long one like this, they was up to £8. And I thought, that's a lot of money for one spring. £8. I mean, look at this hefty thing. The heck is this for? Anyhow, I saw these. I don't know what these spring brackets are for. If anybody got any idea, but he's kept spring brackets for something. There we are. One pair of springs for something. There you go. Anyhow, I saw this lot of springs and said to my buddy, can we go a tenner on this lot? Cheers, he says. Well, we won them. Can't remember how much for, but it was, I don't know, £10-15 or something. I got this entire drawer. Forget these little baby ones. I got this entire drawer of springs. Well, there's a little one snuck its way in. Let's put him in there. I mean, these look like old springs off a set of brake shoes out of a motor, look. Another one out of a set of brake shoes. But there's little springs, there's some big ones. But I need a couple of springs for the Bonzer. One for the kickstart return, one for the brake pedal, and one for the clutch pedal. Well, if I was to buy them springs off that store, they was going to cost me about £20. For less money, I've got this whole damn box, which is heavy, believe me. Cool. This is a heavy box of springs. And I haven't even dug into the bottom. Oh, there's another long one that ain't got no damage in it, look. That's just got tape around it, which won't taken off. See, this is probably the one I need for the Bonzer kickstart. There's the other one. Oh, look at that. There's another one. Look at these, look. I'm looking at all these £8 I'm pulling out of here already. There's a nice big long one there. They ain't got a hook on it, but you'd soon bend a hook on them. But I'm looking at these long ones that were like £8 each. And I'm finding now, there's another one down the side there, I think. There you go. All these different, I don't know why that got the rubber sheath round, and maybe it's stopping vibrating on something. I'm sure they'd still work. I can always cut that off with a Stanley knife though. But look at all these springs here. Another big one, look. So we got two of these monsters. So yeah, another big one. Another good one though. So there you go. I think the springs I need for my Bonzer auto truck. Watch another video. We're going to do more on that Bonzer. We have springs galore here. I don't think I'm ever going to need another spring. You know what that looked like? Oh no, that's been put on there for some reason. That's just a bit of flat stock. He's drilled holes, bolted some springs on. Oh, I tightened up and all that. Obviously, he built this for a purpose. There's a brand new, that looked like a pre-wound spring there. Brand new, look. Never even been unwound. Little stubby spring. Right, we have springs galore. Now, if that's out of a recoil, that's a damn strong recoil. That'll be off something. Tension, that looked like some sort of tensioner spring or something. So yes, we have springs, 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 more springs. Right, we'll get rid of this lot. And I'll show you some more. Right, one of the key things I actually wanted to get from that auction, and the thing I wanted the most, and it did make up a bulk of the money. Yeah. You all recognise what these are. I've had a couple of them. This is a little Jap Model Nought 34cc two-stroke engine. And the plug has been removed, not by me. This is how I bought it. And she's currently seized up. I cannot turn that crank at all. That is lock solid. Now, it's either lock solid for one reason, two reasons, three reasons. One, it was ran out of oil. It was ran with petrol and no oil. And she's basically heat seized herself, in which case it's probably irreparable because it'll have bore damage. Two, it weren't seized when it stood up, and it's just been sitting in the shed for so long that it's seized by standing. Have no clue. Even the carb slider is seized. And if the carb slider is seized, that's telling me that this could well have been sitting for years, because as you can see, it's been sitting a long time. The stand is rusty. I can't help thinking that's just seized up through sitting. Let's get the sticker off. Oh, but I looked at this little thing and I thought, do you know, that has got really nice original paint on it. And it has its little mounting bracket with the little output shaft. And I'm sure amongst my little tub of pulleys, I can find a pulley that'll go on there to drive something. It's got this is an early engine, because the other two Model Nought Japs I've had aluminium fuel caps. This is a brass one. I haven't had it off. Well, no, it's original, because that'll have a cup on it to put the 2-stroke oil in. It's got the cup for the 2-stroke oil. So that's an original cap, but it's brass. I've only ever seen that smells like paint stripper. Right, this engine has been sitting 30 years. It's got and I've smelt petrol like that 100 times. And it's pre-ethanol shit. In fact, if I look in the bottom of that tank, yeah, it's turned into that, not jelly. It's left the remnants of 2-stroke oil in the bottom there. So yes, this did last run on 2-stroke oil. Very good sign. But it's also, you can feel the lead in it. Where the old leaded petrol has evaporated. It obviously leaves the oil behind, which will never evaporate. But it also leaves a lot of the lead, what was in the old 4-star and stuff. So we can safely say this engine hasn't been run for 30 years. And looking at the guys' sheds, I can quite believe there's stuff in corners there that hadn't seen the light of day for 50 years. You see the place yourself, you know. I would have loved to have gone in there as it was before the auction house had gone in there and dug everything out and set it down. I would have loved to have gone in there as the old boy walked out, so I could have seen it as it was. That would have been fantastic. I think every cupboard, every corner would have been an adventure. Right, here we are. That, I think, was £25. Did I overpay? I wouldn't have a clue. Tell you what I'm going to do while we're here. While we are here, I'm going to squirt a bit of witch's pea down that plug hole. Let me get some witch's pea. Alright, let's squirt a little bit of this down that plug hole. There you go. Well, squirt that down. I'm going to nip this thing in the vise. Let me get him in the vise. I'll move you guys back in a minute. There you go. Alright, let's get this sorted. Alright, this engine's clamped in the vise. I wonder, with a pair of grips, if that engine will just break loose. Possibly, possibly not. Couldn't tell you. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It has broken straight free. Not even a click. That must have been the tiniest of heat seas. Now, being 2-stroke, there's no inlet and exhaust valve on there. They are literally just reed valves. So let's see if we've got any compression. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There you go. She's back around. So we have a Model Nought with good compression. Let's give her a little spruce up with some witch's pea. And we'll get my cleanest dirty rag Be interesting to see what this thing oily rag like. I think it'll come up quite nice. Alright, here we are. That's had a couple of minutes. I've been in the house and stole a cushion case. Sorry, Mrs. Man Cave, that's all I could find. Here we go. Yeah. Do you know, that's got the dust off. Oh, look at that. This is just a white oval with some WD-40. Oh, it's got some writing stamped in there. Excellent, I love this. This little thing, you know, look at that. Look how that original paint is cleaning up. Original HT lead on there. We just need to put the grommet back in. The back of that grommet is broken, but I think I could probably super glue that to keep that original grommet. Oh, look how this thing's coming up. Oh, that's different. Most of them I've seen has got a little choke flap for a choke. There's no choke on this, and there isn't nothing missing. Normally there's a sort of a grill and a choke flap. I wonder if you have to choke this the old-fashioned way, put your hand over it, pull it. I don't know. Interesting. Oh yeah, this thing will clean up a treat. I mean, that's just... I just want to see what the paintwork cleaned up like. So far, very impressed. Very impressed indeed. This is a beautiful little engine. Oh, I think we're going to have to do some disassembly. Oh, it's a shame that exhaust has popped at that end. You know, this is a nice little thing. And I can't believe it turns over. Look. No chance at all it's going to spark. Yeah, no. No. No, but no. No, you'd never expect it to spark after 30 years. It's a cover off, flywheel off, points clean, she'll spark. These always do. Brilliant little engines. Brass cap, so think it's a early engine. The different cap, different carb. I think this is early because the later ones, they were actually stamped a mal along the top of the carburetor. I think this is a slightly different carburetor and it doesn't have a mal on it. Certainly looks like an mal, but it's not stamped in the top. And the float chamber looks wider. I'm sure they were more of a circular, cylindrical shape. I don't know. We've got a bit of a different one here, a bit of a different carb on it. The brass cap. And we've actually got some writing stamped in the top, which is AJH. Oh, it's got a date on it. AJH 1955. I have never seen a Jap with a date stamped in the tin work. Let me get you down. Let me not. And believe me, I've had lots of Japs and people say, how do you date them? You normally have to mess around with serial numbers. Look at that. If the camera will pick it up. There you go. AJH 1955. I've never seen that before. So there you go. This is the key thing I wanted from the auction. And I just loved its originality. And look, it even turns now. It was seized. I didn't even grab it tight enough to mark that pulley with them pliers. It was just one little niche and it come free. There weren't even a crack. So yeah, see-through stand, and that will be a cracking little engine. Right, we'll do away with the engine. And I think I've got some more bits to show you. Yes, I have. Right, back in a minute. Right, this lot probably isn't of any interest to anyone apart from a sado like me. But while I was at Woolpit Rally, hardly worth mentioning, but I spent £3 on some signs. Plastic crap, plastic, but then there were two little cast ones. A guy had them on his stall and he was like, all for sale. I said to him, what do you want for the load of signs? He said, how about £3 the lot? I thought these will hang in the shed nicely. So we got a trip hazard. Yes, we have plenty of them here, so that will go up. Do not start men at work on machine. Now that's a good one. And a forklift sign. We also have a tin one. A little tin sign for an oven cleaner. Look, have you ever heard of Gastavex? Gastavex oven cleaner, look, there you go. Instant cleaner, contains no caustic. No gloves needed, there. And that's an old, nice tin sign. And then this is a little alloy sign that obviously come off some machine over the past. Have any of you ever heard of this company? Don't know, there might be some old guys from Chelmsford. Oh, I remember them back in the 60s. Are they still going? Wouldn't have a clue. But there you go, we got that. You know me and signs, they'll all be hung up in this shed. Right, one more lot to show you guys. And this is stuff I picked up this weekend from folk in the field. So, you're saying you bought stuff from folk in the field? Well, yes, there was a stall on there. I call him the pound stall. He's there every year. But he sells any five items for £3. And he has loads. So I went through the randomness and came up with this lot. Let's try and get you all in frame here so you can see the delights of what I got. I got a toffee hammer. This is very random. A toasting fork, an old brass one, with an old lady on the end. Nice twist bit there, nice heavy old brass toasting fork. An old pair of pliers, 6-inch wooden ruler, a big old G cramp, another pair of pliers, an assortment of large cable ties, always handy, a Ford gear badge, as that you would have had on a Fiesta, Cortina, Granada, anything back in the day would have had a gear badge, but that's really nice, isn't it? And a set of Nipex pliers. And I thought, hang on, Nipex? That got to be worth a tenner on their own. A pair of Nipex, you know what I mean? A pair of Nipex nippers. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items. And I said, I got 10 bits there. Is that £6? He said, call it a £5. So I got this whole array here for £5. Was I ripped off? I don't think so. That's a nice good heavy G cramp, look. There you go. That's a nice heavy G cramp, that. So I thought, there you go, I need a G cramp. You always have a G cramp. These are some pretty big cable ties and all. I thought, always handy. I ain't got any big cable ties now. I've only got the little ones. Perfect. So, yeah, I was happy with £5 for this lot. Knowing Ford tax, that gear badge is worth a £5. But there you go. I know what Ford people are like. Little 6-inch ruler. I think, guys, that is all I've got. Yep, that is all I've got. I've caught up on everything I've bought lately and just haven't got around to doing videos. Before we go, shall we try that trailer lighting board? Should I just plug it in the back of the camper and see if the damn thing works? I could do. The camper is just outside. Look, she's just out there. I've just had the back doors open to get this stuff out that I bought, because that was still in the back of the camper from the weekend. Yeah, I think I've got the keys in my pocket for her. Let's nip out there, plug him into the tow bar and see if that works. Alright, I think, guys, there's going to be about a 12.724% chance that this thing will work. I'm holding out no hope, because me, trailer lights and lighting boards, we don't really get on. What's this hanging out the back? I do hope that's just, oh, it is just access, what's not been ravelled. Okay. Yeah, I never have luck with trailer lights. So we'll sit that down there. Oh, it's even got a cellophane, look. We'll plug that in, and then you can see this not working. Oh, that's plugged in. Right, yeah. Place your bets. I think we're going to get absolutely nothing. Where's the key? Oh. Alright. This is where you're going to see it doesn't work. Trust me, I'm holding very little hope. Let's do rear lights. This is where I come round the back to be loaded with disappointment. Bloody hell. Are they actually working? They are. I can't believe the rear lights are working. Does that come out on camera? I'll turn them on and off. They are working. Oh wow. They ain't going to stand up now, is it? There you go. Can't believe they're working. Alright, let's try an indicator. Do not tell me the indicator is... Oh my word, look at that. We have an indicator. No, this don't happen to me ever. Please, there's got to be one out. I've got to be able to, I've got to have to fix something. Well, I don't believe that's working. Now, I'm not going to be able to see the brakes because I'm putting my foot on the pedal. So I'm going to have to wait until the video is, till I edit the video to see if the brake lights work. Unbelievable if they do. Indicator off. Let's try the brakes. Off, on, off, on, off, on, off. Let's turn the rear lights off. Everything off. Let's do the brake lights. There you go. Right, there you go, guys. I don't know if them brake lights are working. You'll see the same time as I do. But that's remarkable. Do you know, if that was one of them white crappy plastic lighting boards from 20 years ago, it would never have worked. Alloy plug, good heavy cable, old-fashioned lights on two pieces of what looked like 3/4 inch. That is unbelievable. Right, looks like we have a working lighting board, guys. I've got to clear all this crap away. Right, that's it, guys. I can hand on heart say, I honestly thought there was my 12.7658% chance of that lighting board working. If them brake lights work, that'll be, you know, that'll be 3 for 3, 4 for 4. And yeah, it'll be unbelievable. Anyhow, guys, I'm sorry this video is a bit long, but I do know that you guys like to see what I've picked up on my travels. Here's my boxes of sundries. Here is my springs and signs. Here is my little Jap engine and my sprockets. We are all happy. Do you know, virtually everything in this shed has been bought from auctions and auto jumbles. Do you know, I think it all has. I think it's all come from auctions and auto jumbles. Yeah, but there you go. Right, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. There will be a relatively emotional video coming up soon. I need to talk to you guys. So if you see a video with a funny title and you think, what's that all about? Please watch it, because there's stuff that need to be said. Channel changes coming up and things like that. Stuff that really you guys need to know about. I will see you next time anyhow. And we will see you on another video. Bye-bye for now. Ha-ha! What are we going to look at? What are we going to look at? We need to focus on something. We'll focus on a Kennedy hexi saw. Tanaka generator. Ah.